Books, books. I like books. I'm gonna read them all. Hi readers, Chris here. Today I'm doing a very fun tag video, and that's going to be the Paxy Heart Tag. The Paxy Heart Tag was created by David over at David's Book Reviews. This tag is all about one of our favorite booktubers, Pax Panic. If you don't know Pax Panic yet, what are you doing? Go check out her channel. But Pax is just a wonderful member of the booktube community. She's been having a bit of a difficult time this year, so just trying to spread some love, some joy, some good vibes to Pax. So I'm going to quickly run through these questions and do the best that I can for you, Pax. First of all, I love all these prompts because even though they may not make sense to everyone, I promise you they all specifically have to do with Pax. So prompt number 1 is no shame, because Pax has no shame. What's an extreme horror book that you're proud to own? Now, I don't technically really read a lot of extreme horror. The only horror that I really read is Stephen King. I don't go outside of that too often. However, I do have a book that I think will work for this prompt, and that is Lurking in the Dark. This is a Horrortube anthology, so it's got a bunch of different stories in here, all from different booktube, Horrortube authors, and yeah, I'm pretty sure that some of the stories in here could be considered extreme horror. Not all of them. Even Pax Panic has a story in here, so if you are into horror and you haven't read Lurking in the Dark, I would recommend checking it out because it supports small authors, small booktubers, and some of the stories in here are super fun. Prompt number 2 is Green Love. Name a strange and unusual channel you enjoy watching and who strives to be different. Swiper says she strives to be different. Obviously, Pax would be a great person to say here, but in the spirit of this tag, I will say someone that is newer to me is going to be Bad over at Bad is Rad. Isn't Bad rad, Swiper? Isn't Bad rad? If you haven't checked out her channel, Bad is Rad, I will link her down below. She does some of the most creative videos. She's always got all these awesome looks, all these creative looks, different costumes, different outfits, different masks. She used different editing in her videos to give them really cool aesthetics. Definitely go check her channel out, and on top of being super creative, she's also a really nice person. Prompt number 3 is the owl tag. Name a tag that you felt you didn't do a good job with. Pax is always saying in tag videos that she doesn't do a good job with tags, but I don't think that's true. I don't think you can do bad on tags. So if I had to pick though, and this is going back to like, I don't know, 2020, like my real early days of BookTube, I did this challenge that was a fantasy book challenge where basically you had a bunch of different, like a list of criteria, and you had to go and run and pull a book off your shelf to meet that criteria. So I believe it would be something like find a book with a sword on the cover, find a book that's like 1,000 pages. They were all fantasy books, and at the time I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea how to edit anything. It's a pretty bad video and I should not be calling attention to it. So yeah, that is one that I would like to redo someday. Prompt number 4 is the Dead Poet Society. Pax loves to do poetry readings. So this prompt is, who is your current favorite poet? Poetry is another genre that I'm not really into. So my current favorite poet is going to be Nymeria. Yes, some of you may remember that I reviewed I Bleed Starseeds, I think, towards the end of last year, and this is my current favorite book of poetry. I love the poems in here. I had a great job reading this one, and I've heard that Nim is working on a book number 2, and as soon as that one comes out, I'm going to get that one too because I really enjoy Nymeria's poetry. Prompt number 5 is Mrs. Horse. Who's your favorite sidekick or companion in a horror story? This one was easy for me, and that is Renfield from Dracula. But not the Renfield from the classic Dracula. It's gonna be Renfield from Dracula Dead and Loving It. If anyone's seen that movie, Leslie Nielsen, Mel Brooks, I absolutely loved that movie as a kid. Absolutely loved it. My friends and I loved this movie so much that we actually purchased copies of the screenplay, like the script, and had full intents of like refilming it with our own group of friends. I was gonna play Renfield. Like, I could quote that movie, like line for line. I could quote that movie. It has so many great quotes. I still quote it till this day. So Renfield from Dracula Dead and Loving It, my favorite horror sidekick of all time. Prompt number 6 is The Burning Girls. What's the first novel that you were recommended by a booktuber? This one's really hard because I did booktube and Instagram kind of around the same time. I don't really remember like who recommended what, but I can say that one of the first books that I ever bought that I know specifically was not because I wanted to, and that is Caraval by Stephanie Garber. Caraval is a book that I like kind of heard of, but as soon as I joined BookTube and Bookstagram, I saw this book everywhere. I heard about it everywhere, and everyone I knew was like, hey, you like fantasy, you need to check this one out. So Caraval is one of the first books that I ever like actually went out and bought, specifically because of BookTube and Bookstagram. Prompt number 7 is Different is Good. What's a novel that you enjoyed outside of the genres that you usually read? So if you've been following me for a while, you'll know that I'm not super big into romance. I like books that have romance in them, but I don't read a ton of straight romance, unless it's like supernatural. So lo and behold, this book, American Royals, which is a romance book, I absolutely loved. I was surprised by how much I loved this book, loved this series. It takes place in an alternate universe where America has a royal family. So we've got a king of America, a queen of America, and we have Beatrice, who is next in line to inherit the throne, to take over as queen. She has a younger sister, Samantha, who's kind of like, you know, a wild child type character. And then there's also Nina, who is a commoner, but she's best friends with Samantha. She has a crush on the prince. There's so many great characters in this story, so much fun, like juicy drama. It kind of reminds me of like The Bachelor meets like Bridgerton, I guess, because it's the American royal family that has all this drama. I thought it was super fun. Maybe it's a little bit corny, but again, super, super fun. Not something that I would normally pick up. I don't have a ton of other romances on my shelves, but this one I really enjoyed. And finally, prompt number 8 is Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. Name 3 new booktube channels you find entertaining. And I doubt any of these 3 are new, but they're new to me, the newest ones. So I'm just going to rattle off Dark Violet Dreams, Art of R, and Regina's Haunted Library. All channels that you should definitely check out, give them some love, and tell them I sent you. That's it for me today. Pax, whenever you're watching this, I hope it brings you some sunlight, some joy into your life. For everyone else, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not already, please subscribe to my channel. And in honor of Pax, leave a green heart in the comments section below. All right, everyone, thanks for watching and happy reading.